Today, we're going to take your Rad Power Bike RadRunner to the next level by installing a 35 amp controller. This upgrade will give you more power and control over your ride. So let's dive right in and get this installation started.
Okay, so here is how it comes. It's got the controller, some brackets. Anyways, okay, so what I'm going to do, here's the RadRunner. I've taken off 2 of these zip ties already. But basically I'm just going to be taking this off and then taking this stock controller off, and then I'm going to pull all the wires out of here and reconnect everything. Okay, so to remove this, we've got these little Allen bolts, nuts that we got to take off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to pull these cables out of here. Very important before you start, I want to remove the battery so you don't shock yourself. Got different size Allen here, so we got to make sure you get the right one. You do want to remember the order of the bolts. So it's going to be 2 bigs or this in the front, 4 small ones in the middle, and then this nut on the very end. So I'm just going to lay them out in front like this. So 1. And take the 4 out, and then that last. Okay, now we've got the last one, which is that nut right there. So everything will fall out like this. Here it comes. That's the plate. Just gotta line it all up, right? So I know how to put it back afterwards. Right now the stock controller, as you can see, will just fall right out. Let's cut these zip ties off. Just be careful not to cut the actual cable. Okay, so I'm just slowly trying to wiggle this out. Start just connecting things that I see. So for example, this one. Okay, and then this blue one. And then this looks like it's the motor cable. Another zip tie in there. So let's disconnect this. Alright. Fender that's in the way. That's preventing this big motor cable to be removed. So what I'm going to do is have to remove this bolt holding my fender, and then we can have access to the extra space to pull out this cable. The tire's a little too thick for me to get into that bolt. So instead of removing the whole wheel, I'm just going to deflate the tire, so I can push the tire in and get access to that bolt there. Now I have access to the fender bolt, just like that. It's removed. Okay, let's not lose this. Okay, now I have space to slide this out. Perfect. Okay, and now the last thing is this wire that goes all the way up to connect to my controller. I'm going to start connecting some of these before we lose track. So this one is the motor. This is off the 35 amp. So let's start going back. Okay, so this goes here. Okay, and then where is it? The rear brake. The rear brake cable. Okay, and now we've got this cable for the pedal. Okay, and then we have these 2. So one is power. I go inside. So this is for the battery. Okay, and then we've got this one more. Okay, so now we have this one. This is for the controller. Okay, so there's a little bit of a grommet. It's gotta pull this out, I think. Use this tool and pull this out gently without breaking the cable. Aha! That's what I've been looking for. Okay, so all we can do is plug this. Look, note there's an arrow. There we go. That was easy. And now what we're gonna do is align this. There, you see the two arrows? Okay. Connect that. Put this back in. Nice. Put this back in. Okay. Here is the Rad stock controller, which we won't be using now. But yeah, that's how it looks like. Now let's put this all back together, kind of basically in the reverse order. So let's put this motor cable back in properly. Just basically put a zip tie back where you snipped off the original ones. Make sure nothing is too close to the wheel. Okay, but first let's put the fender bolt back on. If you have the Rad fender. Gonna zip tie these cables back on. The tire and the cables are free from any chance of rubbing. Now onto this. This is, if you compare, they are bigger, but in terms of height, it's about quite similar. We're gonna try to mount that under here like this. Okay, my other camera ran out of batteries, but I'm using the original plate, and I have just secured the first bolt back in how it was originally. The middle four that was there before most likely won't be used, but it doesn't matter because I have the 35 amp connected through the back middle bolt there, so it is secured, and I'm going to see whether it will fit through the front as well. And if that's the case, then I don't have to worry about it falling out because it is pretty much secured. Okay, so I was able to feed the original bolt back to its original location, but I was not able to feed it through the 35 amps hole just because it doesn't really align unless actually it won't be possible, but it is going through the middle of all these really hard wires, so it's not like the 35 amp will be shifting out of its place. But afterwards I will be zip tying everything, right? Put a zip tie around here just to be safe. And then I was able to bring all the cables through here using the original zip tie mount. I was able to feed a zip tie through all of that, and just remember, tweezers, pliers could be your best friend here. And I was able to feed that all the way right, grab all the cables, and then just simply tie it all together. We were not able to reuse these 4 screws that were mounting the original Rad controller, as well as these little tubes we weren't able to use, so just a note. Bolts that came with it is to mount the controller, right? And note there is a USB on the controller, and this is all plastic. Looks like the only place I can mount it could be under where that bag is, or up here, but I do want my phone here, so I'm gonna try to mount it under here. Might fit, I'm not too sure. Okay, I was able to install it on the bottom. And then now we are going to connect the 35 amps controller, or the buttons, and then last would be to tie it to the control, the unit down there with this. So let's find it and connect it. All right, so here is for the controller, this one. Good. And then this is for the headlight. Right, and then we're gonna find a place to mount this guy. Okay, so I have the controller here. I mean, it's not the ideal spot, but I don't assume that I will be changing the settings too often while I'm riding. So it's really here just to turn it on and off. But yeah, okay, so let's put the battery in, and then we're gonna turn it on for the first time, see what happens. Let's go through the speed controls. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 5, 4, 5. Okay, and there we have it. Super clean. I'm pretty happy with the install. Everything looks pretty original. Able to tuck everything in. The controller's right there. Can't even tell.
And there you have it. You've successfully installed a 35 amp controller on your Rad Power Bike RadRunner, giving you more power and control over your electric ride. We hope this upgrade enhances your e-biking experience. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more e-bike tips, tricks, and tutorials. As always, don't forget to safely dispose of your old controller and any other replacement parts. Thanks for watching and enjoy your boosted RadRunner rides.